I wanted to do a disclaimer. Some of the topics and material in this commentary may be triggering to some, so viewer discretion is advised. So Cassie and Diddy got these YouTube streets buzzing, and I just wanted to basically come in and just give my little 2 cents on the situation. Now, what's been bothering me a lot is the fact that a lot of people are still coming down on Cassie because they're saying she waited 10 years before she said anything. But that's really not true, you guys. Cassie has been speaking out throughout the years. I mean, I can remember watching a Tasha K show, and this was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, in which these same allegations came out. But here's the thing. When Diddy met Cassie, that was like in 2005. I believe they actually started dating in 2007 once Diddy ended his relationship with Kim Porter, the mother of his two twins. Cassie and Diddy dated until 2018, which spanned it into a 10-year relationship. But you got to remember this. When Diddy and Cassie first met, Cassie was only 19 years old. Diddy was a grown man, having been in multiple relationships. Cassie was a young girl, inexperienced, and I can tell you, just from the looks of things, Diddy targeted Cassie because she was easy to groom and manipulate. And that's exactly what he did. You know, by getting her at that young age, I'm sure he lavished her with gifts, gave her whatever she wanted, but at what cost? So before we all come down on Cassie, just take that into consideration. Cassie was a very young girl, and Diddy was a much older, experienced man. And I think that has a lot to do with it as well. Now, I'm not saying that men can't groom women that's older, because it happens all the time. But in this day and age, in the society that we live in, you know, Cassie was much younger. Diddy had money, he had power, he had fame, he had control. And she probably really wanted her career to take off. So she probably latched on to Diddy. And I'm sure he probably promised her, oh, your career is going to take off and you're going to do this and that because I'm the almighty powerful Diddy. And that's probably what she held on to. So before we go to pointing fingers and blaming Cassie for everything that has allegedly happened to her, just keep that in mind.
Filed against Sean Diddy Combs accuses the music performer and executive of rape, physical abuse, and sex trafficking. The singer Cassie says the incidents occurred throughout her 10-year relationship with Combs. Her suit was filed under a law that allows alleged sexual offense victims to file past the statute of limitations. Cassie says she wanted to speak out before that law expires next week. Mr. Combs has denied all the allegations. For more, let's bring in entertainment attorney Dante Mills. So, Dante, thanks for being with us. Cassie has signed with that label when she was just 19, and Sean Combs was 37. What's alleged to have happened after that?
Thank you for having me, Catherine. So in this lawsuit, I just wanted to be clear. This is a civil lawsuit. This is not a criminal lawsuit. There's no chance here as we stand for Sean Combs to go to jail. It's a civil lawsuit about money. And the claim is that during their relationship, he was physically abusive, that he required or demanded that she perform certain sexual acts with other people while he was there, and that he, in fact, raped her shortly before she left him. She said she did not want to have sexual relations with him, and he forced himself on her. That's the basis of this lawsuit and why it's moving forward. Now, you are right to talk about the fact that this lawsuit was brought in New York, because these things happened years ago. So the statute of limitations is gone most places. But in New York, they have this law where they opened it up for a year and said, if you're a survivor of sexual assault, you have a year to bring your claim. And that expires next week, November 23rd of this year.
Okay, so you've handled several high-profile cases. What would your defense strategy look like?
Absolutely. I have a lot of high-profile clients. And the first thing that comes to mind when we get these lawsuits in, not just of this nature, but any of them, is that the people are about money. This is a civil lawsuit. And at the end of the day, Cassie would receive money if she wins. So the first defense is always going to be that these claims are made up, that they're exaggerated, that none of this happened. She simply wants money. She knows that Sean Combs has it, and she wants a piece of it. That's the first and most natural defense.
So Cassie's legal team, how are they going to handle questions about why she stayed in the relationship as long as she did and then waited so long to report the allegations?
Absolutely. That's a tough issue because when you're in a relationship for that long, sometimes things build up where you go in and you're being wined and dined and everything is good, and gradually things get worse. So if I'm on her team as her attorney, I'm making it clear that that's what happened here, that the relationship started out good, but gradually it got worse and worse to the point that she was caught in this vicious cycle. She was caught under his thumb and almost didn't even realize it until she got out of there and some years went by. And then she began to process and heal and say, I went through things that I did not agree with and that should not have happened to me. That's what her side would be saying. If I'm on Sean Combs' side, I'm saying that none of this came up while they were in a relationship, and that she brought this up after she walked away and realized that she could not continue her lifestyle and needed money to do so. And that's why this claim came here.
That's a great observation. This complaint mentions multiple third-party witnesses, also videos and photos. This evidence, which party could benefit most?
Yes, I think that evidence, physical evidence like videos and witnesses are very important for the person bringing the claim. Remember, Cassie has to prove this claim. All that Sean Combs has to do is make it so it's unbelievable, but Cassie has to prove it. And when you're talking about especially sexual assault and things like that, normally what a jury looks for is, did something come out contemporaneous to when the assault happened? Was there a friend that she told about the next day that she called crying, saying, Sean Combs hit me in the face or made me do something I didn't want to do? Does she have things that date back to when these things happened? That's the easiest way to convince people that she's not making this up after the fact. It's by having that evidence that was made around the time that these things happened. That's her best hope for convincing people. And I think that they put that in a complaint because they want people to realize or know that they have these things in the bag and they're prepared to come forward with them.
Like, as they like to say, that she's brought receipts to the table, basically. So to wrap up the analysis, do you believe this will go to trial, or are you predicting a financial settlement?
With the clients that I have, before it gets to the point of the lawsuit, I say, listen, is this something that you want to resolve? Let's do it now before it becomes public. It was made clear that Sean Combs' camp and Cassie's camp had conversations before this lawsuit came out. I'm thinking that if he was going to settle it, he would have done it before she filed the lawsuit. He was aware that a lawsuit was coming. So you have to wonder whether he said, I'm going to fight this to the end. And that's why she brought the lawsuit, because he wasn't willing to pay what she wanted him to pay. And that means this may go all the way. It will be very interesting to see. We'll see what the proof is, but we may go the distance on this one.
Dante Mills, thank you very much for your legal analysis and expertise.
Thank you.
Well, damn. In the course of trying to get all my information together to bring you guys this content, a settlement has been reached already. Sean and his lawyers are not playing. It's been like a day and a half and the settlement has been reached already. Sean said, y'all not playing with me. I got a bad boy image to uphold.
Now we're following breaking news tonight and what appears to be a huge development in the lawsuit involving Sean Combs. Moments ago, word coming out that Combs and R&B singer Cassie Ventura have settled the lawsuit.
Damn, Diddy. I could see why you hurry up and settle this damn lawsuit within a day and a half, because Cassie got you over there looking old. Before it was all said and done, you would have been looking like you damn near 90 years old.
Sides releasing statements moments ago saying they agreed to resolve the matter amicably. The settlement comes one day after word of the lawsuit was filed, where she accused him of sexual assault. She claims while the two were dating, Combs raped her and forced her to have sex with male prostitutes.
Shortly after the news broke regarding the settlement between Cassie and Diddy, Cassie's attorneys went to make a statement on her behalf. I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. And in true fashion, Sean also had his statement. We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. And the thing is this case really reminds me a lot of the Harvey Weinstein case, because initially no one came forward until a brave person stepped up and said, okay, this is what happened to me. And then everyone else started coming out the woodworks. And this is kind of the same situation with Cassie, because a lot of artists, both male and female, who have worked with Diddy, they've also been groomed by Diddy. And now some of them are coming out with their stories. So it's going to be very interesting to see who speaks out about this next. And another thing I wanted to touch on is the fact that Diddy is a very powerful man in this industry. He's a billionaire. He has a lot of pull and a lot of connections. So who's going to come up and try to play with Diddy? I mean, allegedly, do you know how many people did disappearing acts because they played on Diddy's top? Yeah, Diddy is that guy. So I would have been fearful for my life as well. And also, when you're in situations like that, I like to call it unconscious thinking, because when you're in the midst of a bad situation like that, even though you know it's toxic and you hurt, you hold on because you remember that person when they were so nice and so good to you. So even though they're treating you like shit right now, you don't see it. You just think on how it used to be, and that's what I want it to be again. So you stick with them thinking that they're going to change, and they usually don't. And that's what I call unconscious thinking, because once I came out of that situation myself, I was able to say, damn, girl, what the hell? I know you didn't let this nigga do this to you. You didn't this, that, yada, yada. Like, I just couldn't believe some of the things that I let happen. But when I was in that situation, I could not see it for what it was. So, just be mindful and stop putting so much pressure on Cassie, because I'm pretty sure when she was in that situation, she was living unconsciously. And I really think this validates one thing, that it does not matter how much money you have, if you have all the glitz and glamour, it doesn't matter. You're still an individual who will experience the same things that us, quote, normal people experience. And here's a prime example. As I think about it, it gives more meaning to Diddy's song, more money, more problems. You damn right. If you've made it to the end of my video, I want to thank you guys so much. I appreciate the love and support. Your girl is really feeling loved over here. But I'm going off on a little tangent real quick. I really wonder what my channel would have been like, what my numbers would have looked like had I would have stayed consistent. Because within like a short period of time, my channel grew tremendously. And, I took off for like 8-9 months. And so I just really wonder, if I would have stayed consistent, I wonder what my numbers would have looked like. But I digress. Anyway, you guys, like I said, thanks for staying toward the end of the video. Go ahead and sound off in the comments. I'm curious to know what your thoughts and opinions are regarding this topic. Please remember to be respectable. Everyone is entitled to their own thoughts and opinions. Just keep it cute or you will get the boot. Until next time, you guys.